Good morning to you, 6 o'clock. I'm Julia along with Sam and Lindsay this morning.
Good morning and Merry Christmas Eve to you. Yeah, like you mentioned, we've been tracking Santa. He is now officially in the skies, and here he's going to have to deal with some fog tonight.
That's right. As we mentioned, Rudolph getting a workout this year because we not only have fog this morning, we're going to have another round of fog coming in overnight tonight into our Christmas morning. Check out the view now over in Connorsville, where we've seen visibility drop to near zero over in Fayette County, where it is all lit up, very festive for us this morning. It's not just East Central Indiana, though. It's really the entire central and southern part of the state where we have seen some of that denser fog develop. Been watching this camera down in Franklin, and you could barely see anything along that I-65 corridor. So travel this morning, please allow some extra time to get to where you're going because of these foggy conditions. It's 36 in Indy right now, but fog that's creeping northward, potentially into a zone where temperatures are at or below freezing. So some areas of freezing fog can't be ruled out this morning. Visibility down to zero in Muncie, 1 mile in Shelbyville, still hanging out near zero in Bloomington. So we've got this dense fog advisory in effect for areas along and south of I-70 through 9 o'clock this morning. A foggy start to our Christmas Eve, but actually a really nice afternoon for any travel plans that you might have later on today. Temperatures will recover back to 54 by 4 p.m. and ranging from the low 50s north to near 60 down in Bedford. Now we've got some rain set to move in overnight tonight. We'll talk more about that in your full forecast, but I want to get you out on the roads this morning. So far, so good when it does come to any accidents or delays like that. And we've been watching the cameras here out near the airport out on the west side, and things have been moving pretty smoothly. Just one delay out to San Francisco so far from a airplane standpoint. So make sure you're still monitoring that if you do have a flight this morning, especially if you are traveling up from the south. Check this out. Here's a look at I-65. I think this camera does a good job of demonstrating exactly how dense this fog is. There are actually street lights up here that you can no longer see because the fog is so dense. So we're going to monitor that for you all morning long, your visibility across the city and the central part of the state, and keep you updated on the fog and perhaps any new delays that develop.
Lindsay, thank you. This morning, a family is grieving the loss of a child after a deadly crash on Indy's near northeast side.
3 other children were injured in this crash. Anna Chalker is in studio this morning. There were witnesses that were there, and you're sharing what they saw. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. Those witnesses, they say they're heartbroken by what they saw and what happened, and it's something no family wants to experience so close to the holidays. Now, we want to show you security video from a nearby camera, and we're not going to show the moment of the impact, but you could see the truck driving northbound on Keystone Avenue towards 34th Street before slamming into the highlighted car. 4 children were injured and rushed to the hospital. That's where 1 later died. And online police reports show their ages were 2, 5, 6, and 17. And right after that crash happened, dozens of people nearby jumped in to do what they could before first responders arrived. Cortez Sanders tells us this is an unimaginable loss for the family and the community.
And it's right before Christmas. Like that's the worst thing you can ever understand. Like, I don't know, man. I just wish everybody just continue to drive safe.
Shared message by so many after that crash last night. Now, both drivers stayed on scene, and right now crash investigators are trying to figure out exactly what happened and led up to this. And we do not know which one of the 4 children was killed in this crash. We expect to learn that identity later on this morning, but I mean, just heartbreaking for this family that all 4 of these kids, this family impacted by this.
Yeah, and we're hoping for, recovery for the children that did survive this crash. Thank you. Well, this morning, there's a mother that's pleading for some answers to find her missing 16-year-old son.
No one has seen him in a week. We want to show you pictures again of R.J. Williams. Police say he could be in extreme danger and need medical help this morning. Police released these pictures of RJ, which were taken from security video. This is in the area where he was last seen last Wednesday along Broad Ripple Avenue near College.
Police say they found his backpack and a gym bag that he's carrying in this surveillance video screen grab on a dock near the White River the very next day. But his mom says it isn't like her son to disappear like this.
He hasn't had his medicine in 6 to 7 days. He's not going to be cognizant enough to be like, I was on the east side, I was on the west side. he's not going to be able to do that. He's not direction oriented.
Here's a clearer picture of what RJ looks like. If you have any helpful information that could help, IMPD wants to hear from you. Well, the search for the son of a homicide victim is over this morning. IMPD tells us that he is safe, but they are still looking for the person who killed his mom. IMPD says that officers responded to a report of a shooting on South Village Way. This was early Monday morning around 2 o'clock near English and Shadeland Avenues. That's where they found 36-year-old Ashley Yarrell, who had been shot. She didn't survive at the hospital, and there's not much information about a potential suspect. We'll update you if we do learn more.
This morning, neighbors are calling for answers and change after a deadly shooting and car crash that happened right in the middle of a neighborhood.
This was around noon yesterday, in the middle of the day. This is what the scene looked like near Canby on the southwest side of Indianapolis. Police got a report of a crash and shots fired here. Officers found a blue car on the tennis court of a park. So detectives believe the passenger actually pulled the trigger before getting out of that car and running off.
It didn't take long for police to track down that suspect, but even so, the situation has neighbors feeling unnerved.
We try to move over here to the quiet neighborhood, and this is the second incident that happened, so it's tragic for us. And kind of scared now to take my kids to the park, and everybody around here should be as well. Use hands, not guns. I mean, I'd rather see people fist fight instead of shooting people.
So this morning, police are hoping anyone in the neighborhood who may have seen or heard something will reach out. You can call Metro Police or you can call Crime Stoppers, and you can do so anonymously. An Evansville man will not be charged in the shooting death of a Kentucky State University student from Indianapolis.
Yeah, that is after a grand jury decided not to indict this man, Jacob Bard. Our sister station in Louisville reports that Bard's attorneys argued their client acted in self-defense and that his actions were legally justified. His arrest records say there was some kind of fight before the shooting. 19-year-old Dejon Darrell Fox Jr. was killed and another student critically injured on the Kentucky State campus. That happened back on December 9th.
Your time is 6:08. A civil lawsuit is now filed against 2 daycare employees in Brownsburg. That lawsuit names Nancy Minton and Jennifer Lingback and the daycare called Main Street University for Kids Incorporated. The daycare is under investigation for child sex crimes allegedly committed by a former employee, Gabriel Gardner. The lawsuit claims Minton and Lingbeck failed to report allegations against Gardner to police or to the state, so those 2 are now facing criminal charges.
Well, some Hamilton County parents are still pushing for more pay for teachers.
This comes after the Hamilton County schools, they reached a tentative agreement with their contracts for their teachers. The deal does not include a base pay increase for teachers, though, but it does address hiring pay for new teachers and those health insurance contributions.
Yesterday, the Board of Education held a public hearing, and this was to hear from the community. Some of the parents who spoke up say that they want teachers to get paid more. And one of the board members who spoke said that she wants to see this process fixed for the future.
There was no decision made quite yet, but there is another school board meeting next week. The Teachers Association declined to comment after that meeting.